As a child, I don't really feel that connected with what's happening politically or within the community because I'm so young, I don't really get a choice or a say.
Trailblazers is a project with 14 and 15-year-olds in which we get them to explore their own city in a new way, thinking about it from the perspective of local government and how decisions can be made that will change the city for the better.
Most people think that graffiti is like a bad thing, but that it kind of like really made the area look better.
This is my park and this is what I have to live with.
We're sending 120 young people out into the city. They're from 20 different schools. Each walk is with 2 artists, a photographer and a theatre maker. Together they're making a new map of the city which voices their concerns and their excitement and their ideas for the future.
So when you walk around, you see all different cultures and religions walking around together in peace.
So we kind of need to introduce less segregation and more people getting used to other cultures.
My name's Aman, I'm from Queensbridge School.
My name is Amelia, I'm from Lordswood Girls' School.
I'm Chella and I go to Swanshurst and we're on the Trailblazers expedition.
We wanted to see the changes between the kind of areas that were really done up and then the areas that were run down.
We went through some parks which were close to our school, but then we travelled on the bus, so we came out of our usual area.
We were given the freedom to choose where we wanted to go and actually be treated like we're responsible enough to get to make our own way and say where we're going and how we're going there.
Once they got out on their walk, they recorded things that were important to them. You know, there was no, you've got to do this, or, you know, that would be wrong. It was what they felt.
I think that the artists from Stan's Caf were really able to engage them and to enthuse them, to talk to them on their level as well.
It just made them sort of look more outwardly at their surroundings, which maybe they would normally just have walked past.
Stan's Caf has got a really important reputation in this city for working with young people, and particularly around the areas of values and cohesion. Getting young people to look at democracy, law, social service, social justice as some of the values that we consider in Birmingham to be important.
So welcome to the Council House, and you're going to spend today trying to be part of running Birmingham. This project's not only just about you having your voices heard, but how those voices get into the day-to-day work and the running of the City Council.
Welcome to this table. Today you're going to be acting as councillors who would like to be elected to the position of mayor. So what we're going to think about is what you think are the crucial issues for Birmingham that have come out of the walks that you went on, and you're going to write a speech that addresses why that is an important issue and why people should vote for you.
When I see a homeless man, I feel very guilty. I do feel guilty because I act as though I'm taking what I have for granted.
We're writing a speech for how we feel that Birmingham will be one day, and we're looking at those who spoke for what they believed in and how they made a difference to the world, and we think that we can do the same thing.
The decisions you make with the budget have a big impact as to whether there's enough money to make a difference.
It's been really difficult planning the budget because we have to work out what to spend more on and what to spend less on.
So do you think then, I mentioned the congestion charge earlier, do you think that's workable in a place like Birmingham?
So it's where you have to consider the pros and cons regarding it.
I've been drawing a coat of arms and I chose to put on mine the words caring, united, equality and diversity.
We've drawn a placard about recycling in Birmingham to show that it's really a big problem.
What we're doing, we're trying to make sure that women are just as equal as men, and they should have the same equal pay.
You've been on the streets. You've made banners with your messages for the old council and your fellow citizens. You've been protesting and persuading, politicking and pumping hands. The local elections of 2030 have come and gone, and you have been elected. An entirely new intake of councillors to shape the city's future. Now it's time for you to take your seats as councillors in the council chamber.
We can change Birmingham for a much better, safe and attractive place for not just us growing up in, but for future generations.
So we propose that council services earn more money through various projects, and put more money into helping getting homeless people off the streets and back into work.
Speak up, speak out, let your voice be heard.
I think days like this are very important for individual students in terms of their development, but also for schools and for the city in terms of building for the future and building the needs of the future.
And I think it's brilliant as well that they're going to have access to the map as a resource, so I'll be able to display that around the school and I'll be able to talk to the other groups about the experiences and what we've accomplished as well.
And you know, we're not going to stop there. We're going to maybe do a photography club, maybe look at our surroundings a bit more and use it at school.
What's been surprising to me, but also enjoyable, is the maturity of the discussions that we've had in the workshops, and also the contributions in the council chamber, the thinking behind the budgets, something which we struggle with in the City Council. Here we have young people who are taking it quite seriously, and some of the ideas that they've come up with synergise with some of the ideas of the council officers in the City Council.
The students have really gained an understanding, first of all, of where actually decisions are made. They have had the opportunity to work with professionals, but also to work with their peers and to mix and to share experiences from different parts of the city, which is an exceedingly important part of the development of our young people. That meeting of the ideal of them feeling a sense of ownership over their city with the practical, in fact they've been discussing the ideas and the challenges that there are to making that a reality, has been of very high educational value for them.
It's a great experience being here today, and I've learned a lot of new things.
We learn about other people's trips, about what they learn, about what they want to change.
The thing I would most remember is how we ran the city for a day and how really challenging it was, but everyone helped us to overcome that and it was really exciting.
So this whole project has made me feel like I'm more connected and I have more of a say in what's actually happening.